7 Sports is brought to you in part by Greenbrier Auto Sales, Greenbrier Nursing Home, Centennial Bank, McBee's Car Wash and Coffee, Dirt and Landscape and Supply, Chris Crane Hyundai, Jeremy Riddle for State Representative, Integrity Insurance, Genesis of Conway, Baptist Health, Leslie Heating and Air, Haynes Ace Hardware, Wilcox Funeral Home, the Children's Clinic of Conway and Greenbrier, Conway Regional Health, TCW Fiber, Conway Trophy and Awards, UACCM, and Daisy a Day Florist, Greenbrier Panther Football. Exclusively on My Country Y107. Now let's join Matt Wilcox for the call of tonight's action.
And welcome, Panther fans. Another Friday night here under the lights in Arkansas, FS Garrison Stadium, and another beautiful night here for some Panther football. And no other better place to spend Halloween than at Goblin Stadium, right, Dustin?
I think I said it last week, Matt. This may be a scary night.
Happy Halloween to everyone out there listening. We appreciate you joining us here tonight. We got an exciting ball game that's going to take place here tonight as Greenbrier. The Panthers come in 8-0, unscathed in conference play, and taking on a Harrison team that's 4-4 overall on the season and 3-2 in conference play. But Dustin, as we talked a little bit before coming on air, this is a Harrison team that it's you know, not no pun intended, but it's pretty scary. You know, they get after you defensively, and played Moulton with them 4, and also played Farmington a close ball game, other than about a 3.5-minute stretch.
Yeah, Matt. And when you look at it, anytime a team can run the ball effectively like they do, it's going to keep you in the ball game. You're never going to get too far out, and so that'll be the thing tonight. I think we're looking at is our run game versus theirs.
Absolutely, and this is a program that traditionally, you know, they take a lot of pride. They love their high school football here in Harrison. Long tradition here between Greenbrier in Harrison goes back even to when I played. It was our first year up in this conference, and we played Harrison twice that year. So it goes back 100 years ago. we did not wear leather helmets at that time, but it was close enough. But you know, it's a program that they really take a lot of pride in, and they're going to come out here and they're going to get after you. And you know, looking at their lineup and looking at some of their starters, it's what you expect out of a Harrison Ball Club. They're big, they're strong, they're physical, and they're going to get after you. Well, I think I mentioned when I was walking up, they definitely passed the eye test. There were some big boys out there. So we're going to have our work cut out for us in the trenches tonight. And you look at our offensive line and how they've performed this year. They've been impressive. They have been. And I think this is going to be one of their biggest tests of the year so far. No question about it. So we got about 10 and a half minutes left here before game time. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break here and hit some of our sponsors. When we come back, we'll give you the starters for Harrison Goblins. And Dustin's going to give you our 3 keys to victory to get out of this scary stadium with a win tonight. So we'll be back with Greenbrier Panther football right after this on My Country, Y107.
Your palace, an extension of you, and the first impression of your home starts on the outside.
on Instagram or on Facebook.
Now back to Greenbrier Panthers Sports on My Country Y107.
And welcome back here into the booth. We got about 6 minutes left before we get underway here at Harrison, FS Garrison Stadium, and it's going to be a dandy, another good 5A West matchup here tonight. We'll go ahead and give you the starting lineup for the Harrison Goblins. Their head coach is Chris Keelan in his 4th season. His son, Keelan, that played here when Cooper was here, is now the quarterback over at Harding University. So he has a big old championship ring on his finger.
He's had quite the career over there.
So at offense, your signal caller will be number 7, Gavin Jones, and he's kind of the straw that stirs the drink, Dustin. He dual threat guy. He gets it done with his legs and through the air. And then at running back, they kind of have a two-headed monster back there, number 25, Isaiah Hale, and number 34, Killian Eddings. And then they also will line up some with a fullback, and that is number 10, Wiley Hoppus. At receiver, number 13, Jenner Thomas. Number 14, Lucas Brumley is their go-to man at receiver. He's a senior, 5'7", 155. And then number 1, Braden Bryant. He's 6'2", 165 junior. And then the offensive line for the Goblins. At left tackle, number 57, Dayton Waters, 6'5", 291. Number 79, Jacob Waters is the left guard. At center, number 56, Denver Wohl, 5'11", 245, sophomore. And at right guard, 64, Tate Robertson. And number 87, T. Deacons at right tackle at 6'4", 222. Then on the defensive side of the ball, they'll line up customarily in a 3-4 defense. Their down lineman is number 20, Mason Isbell, 5'10", 185 senior. Number 56, Denver Wohl will go both ways in the middle there for the Goblins. Number 37, Aspen Stevens, 5'10", 175 junior. And then their linebackers is a pretty impressive group. Number 4, Eli McNutt, 6'3", 220. Number 9, Sky Lee, 6'1", 210. Number 43, Ty Bundy, 5'10", 195. And number 22, Bryce Jones, 5'8", 170. And then the secondary for the Goblins, number 12, Noah Morris. Number 2, Peyton Reese. Number 1, Braden Bryant. And number 7, Gavin Jones. Their quarterback will play a little bit of defensive back as well. So that just tells you what kind of athlete the young man is. So looking at the numbers for Harrison, they come in here rushing the ball 1,621 yards on the season for 21 touchdowns. That's 200 yards a game on the ground. They also that's 5.9 yards a carry. It's pretty stout, Dustin.
Not too shabby.
Passing the ball, they're 918 yards on the season. 9 touchdowns. One thing that stood out, they have thrown 5 interceptions. So maybe an opportunity there for some of our D-backs.
It's noticing that as well, Matt. And, that's going to be one of the keys to the game is our secondary and coming up big for us tonight.
They're averaging 28.8 points a ball game on offense. And then defensively, don't really have any stats for them other than they're giving up about 22.3 points a game. And they've turned their opponents over 9 times this year, and 2 of those being an interception. They're kind of their go-tos. Gavin Jones, their quarterback, as we talked about. Hale in the backfield has rushed for 516 yards and 8 touchdowns. Eddings has run for 426 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then at receiver, their go-to man, Lucas Brumley, has 10 catches for 307 yards and 4 scores. So we just had the coin flip here. I missed it, as usual, as I'm reading off these stats. But we'll find out soon enough what's happened. Greenbrier comes in here, like I said, 8-0 in the season. Jack Palmer's had an unbelievable season so far, thrown for 76%, 1,987 yards, 24 touchdowns, and 1 interception.
It's pretty efficient.
That's pretty efficient. Enoch Hassan, 164 carries on the season, 1,690 yards, 28 touchdowns. He's averaging 211 yards a game. And the more impressive number is 10.3 yards a carry.
Every time he's capable to go get a first down for you.
And then the receivers, standout receivers so far for Greenbrier, Trendon Mosley has 37 catches for 815 yards, 10 touchdowns, which is 22 yards of reception. And then Salter Mahan, 20 catches, 21.8 yards of reception for 435 yards and 6 touchdowns. As the lights just go out here in the booth, we're about ready for some action. There's 1:51 left on the clock. Greenbrier's made their way to the sideline as Harrison is lined up underneath their scary blow-up goblin down there. And, Dustin, we're about ready for some action. Give us our 3 keys to victory here tonight.
Yeah, Matt. We've kind of touched on a little bit through the warm-up here, but when you look at it, one thing we've got to do is our front seven on defense have to come up big. We've done really well stopping the run this year, but we got to account for that quarterback. And so pretty athletic and can get out there, and he's, I think, the leading rusher on the team right now.
I believe that's right.
Yep, sure he is. So we'll have to account for him tonight and stay home. Secondly, on the defense, and I mentioned this, was the secondary. We've stumbled a little bit the last couple weeks and hadn't played as sharp as we have. So those four back there need to bounce back this week, and would love to add to our turnovers that we've accumulated for the year. And then thirdly is our offensive line. Something's got to give tonight. Harrison's only giving up 22 points a game. We're scoring 50.
Right.
And we're giving up 22, and they're only scoring 28. So if you look at it on paper, it's in our benefit, but I'd love to see that offensive line continue that dominance, and I think we've got to tonight.
I agree, and along those lines, that's one thing I expect to see out of Harrison tonight is for them to slow the game down and to limit our possessions. And so, if we're able to run the football and kind of take that away from them, take that ability away from them, then we're going to have the advantage here tonight. So it looks like Greenbrier, it will be kicking off. I do not know if we won the toss and deferred or if Harrison elected to get the football, but they will get it nonetheless, as Ethan Rose has it teed up and measured off, and we're about underway here in Harrison. Good crowd from Greenbrier showed up tonight in these chilly conditions.
We have traveled well this year.
A good high kick to the left side will be fielded at the 1, brought up over the numbers. He's up to the 20, and he's got some room down the sideline. Will be forced out close to the 30-yard line. We'll see where they mark him. But a good return there by Harrison.
It's about the 24, Matt. Our kickoff team has continued to bend, not break there, and keep them below the 30 almost every week.
Some big games across the state in 5A tonight. As week 9 we'll start getting some things rounding into shape as far as playoff seeding comes. You got Nettleton taking on Valley View tonight, Searcy playing Maumelle in the Central, Parkview taking on Lakeside. So some big games across the state.
Matt, I don't see Koloski starting at center or to a nose guard tonight.
Okay. He had a little bit of a foot injury, I believe, this week in practice. And I know he missed a couple of practices, but didn't know if he'd be able to go tonight or not.
I see him. It looks like he's standing close to Stone, so he'll be ready to pull that trigger.
Jones will bring the Goblins out. Shotgun formation. He'll take the snap, roll against his body to the right, and Greenbrier does a good job in pursuit and brings him down for a sack, first play of the ball game.
Matt, that's the way you want to start the ball game out right there. They got up the field there, but you could tell he's looking to either pass or he's going to leave that option to run.
So big play by the defense there on first down. About a 7-yard loss will bring up, we'll call it 6-yard loss, will bring up second down and 16 here for the Goblins. Could you see who was in on that sack? Looked like a couple of them, but couldn't. We're a long ways from the field. I do have some binoculars
and
here.
These tinted windows.
So second down and long for the Goblins. Jones will have 2 receivers to his right. He'll fake the handoff and keep it himself on the right side, and a good job by the Panthers of wrapping him up. He will have a short gain there as he picks up about 2. Use those if you need them.
27 there. Is that Shoemate?
Yep, Shoemate in on the tackle.
Stayed at home, and they continue to string that thing out to the sidelines until we make a tackle. So
third down and about 14 here for the Goblins. As Coach Stone visited with him after practice Wednesday, and he said he's really challenged this defense after the Alma game. They've set some new goals and really challenged them to not get complacent and finish the season strong. Goblins will bring a man in motion from right to left. Jones takes a snap, straight drop, looks down the middle of the field. He's got some time. Now he'll be flushed out of the pocket. Lets it go deep down the sideline. It has a man, and just through the hands as he got behind the linebacker there, Shoemate got caught up watching in the backfield, and luckily the pass was just a little too strong.
Well, that was a good start for our defense, Matt. Ace Newland put a shot on the quarterback there at the last second, which was good to see. Last week he pulled up twice on the quarterback when he had him dead to rights. So,
well, they protect those guys pretty heavily now, so I don't blame him. So it bring up a punting situation for the Panthers, or for the Goblins, excuse me, as they get ready to punt the football away. He'll be have his foot on about the 6-yard line here. Good snap, has plenty of time, gets it away, a low kick. It'll send Smith back. He'll take it at the 40, up over the 45, now across the 50, and a good return as they get into Goblin territory for their first drive of the night.
Matt, on that punt, he took forever to kick that thing, so hopefully the coaches are watching that and taking note. I think we could get in the backfield at some point and get a block.
So great starting field position here for the Panthers as they'll send their offensive unit out, which is ranked number 4 in the entire state of Arkansas this year in scoring, as they're averaging 50 points a ball game, and only trail, I believe, Hamburg, Rogers, and Mayflower, believe it or not. So trips left for Palmer, single receiver to the right, pistol formation. Looks over the defense, takes a snap. He will hand it off to Hassan on the left. They clog it up very well, and that will be a loss on first down.
Matt, we got a little bit of our medicine there, and they strung that out to the side and until they had help come in.
They'll call it a no gain there. Maybe a loss of 1, so twins to both sides. Palmer hands it off to Hassan up the middle, and a good run there on second down as he gets back to the line of scrimmage plus some. So he'll pick up about 6 there and bring it out for a 3rd down and 5. Pistol formation again on this 3rd down as Greenbrier looks to go with a little tempo. Now they'll check the sideline. You know, one thing I noticed watching game film on Harrison is even though they're in a 3-man front, a lot of times they'll walk up a linebacker or they'll slant and try to bring somebody, and it looks like they'll bring some pressure off the left edge this time. Throw over the middle and hits Mosley, and Mosley unable to haul it in. Would have been enough for the first down, but we'll bring up a 4th down.
Just a little behind trending there, but, man, it got both hands on it. You got to pull that in.
Yep. So 4th down and 5 for the Panthers. Looks like they will keep the offense out on the field. Twins to both sides. Ball's on the left hash. They'll send Hassan in motion out to the left. Palmer gets it out on a stop route, has his man, good catch, and he will have enough for the first down.
And that was Salter Mahan. He got in a little crevice there and sat down, and Palmer threw a strike to him. Looks like we got a flag, Matt. Might have been a face mask.
Okay. So let's wait and see what the call is here from the white hat. Do have a face mask against the Goblins, so that'll tack on some yardage after the play. Just a 5-yard variety, but we'll get Greenbrier a little bit closer as they mark the ball inside the 30. Empty formation this time for Palmer. Got the field spread out, no safety over the top right now. And they will hand it off to Hassan on the right. He's got some room. He's at the 20, the 10, 5. Touchdown, Panthers!
Matt, they have done a great job of finding different ways to get the ball to Hassan this year. We run the pistol a lot, but throwing that defense off on that little sweep there.
And a great job by that right side of closing off that edge. And once he gets out in the open, he's very, very hard to tackle. He's hard to tackle anywhere, but especially in space. So Greenbrier strikes first with 8:58 left to play in the first quarter. 6-0 Panthers pending this extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. So Greenbrier 7, Harrison 0, 8:58 left to play in the first quarter. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this with Greenbrier Panther football on My Country, Y107.
I'm Sam Ketcheside with Smith Ford, a member of the Smith family.
I'm Kate McConnell of Smith Ford and a member of the Smith family. As a mom, I can help you find the vehicle that will fit your family's needs. Whether you have 2 kids or 4, Smith Ford has the vehicle that's right for you.
Unlike the mega dealers, members of the Smith family are present every day to make sure you have the hometown feeling and no-hassle guarantee in purchasing a vehicle. Come experience Smith Ford's family customer service in Conway, exit 127 off I-40.
Now back to Greenbrier Panther Sports on My Country, Y107.
And welcome back to Harrison as we get ready for the kickoff. Greenbrier scores on their first possession of the ball game. And, Dustin, you know, Harrison had really done a fairly decent job on that drive of really stopping the run, but it only takes a little crease sometimes and get Enoch loose.
Absolutely. And you know, we've talked about it week in and week out, though, with Jack Palmer being able to fire strikes. That's going to relieve some pressure off Enoch, and you can't guard everybody.
That's exactly right. We talked about at the end of last game, you know, Caden Cummins having a fantastic ball game last week, and just another another person they've got to account for in film study. Rhodes kicks another good high kick down inside the 5. They will bring it out. He's at the 15, and good job by the Panthers as they tackle him and swarm him at the 20. Do have a flag come flying in late. Let's see what that come from the white hat. Typically those are against the return team. Got a holding against the return team, so it's going to be great field position for the defensive unit as they'll back them up all the way down to the 10-yard line. So 90 yards to go for the Goblins, and the Panthers, if they can do a good job here, will have another good starting field position. Single receiver to each side for the Goblins. Jones looks to take the snap. He will hand it off this time to his running back. And Greenbrier does a good job of stacking him up and then finally clean him up, as it looks like they're going to let him play a little bit.
They let that one go for a little while, but he kept churning his feet and got about 3 yards out of that, Matt.
That is number 34 in the backfield, which is Killian Eddings for the Goblins. Pick up a 3 on first down. We'll bring up 2nd down and 7. Ball's on the left hash this time. We'll send 2 receivers out to the wide side of the field. Harrison moving from right to left on your radio dial. And the all-blue uniforms with the gold tops. They will hand it off to Eddings on the right side. Greenbrier does a good job of stretching it out, but missed a tackle in the backfield, and Eddings turns it upfield for a pickup of 4.
Well, Matt, I thought we had him there about 2 yards deep.
Yeah. Got to make tackles. So third down and short for the Goblins.
So far, they've done a good job staying disciplined, though. With that quarterback being able to pull that ball out, you've got to play disciplined football.
So big play for both teams here early in the ball game. 7:38 left to play in the opening quarter. Greenbrier in their all-white uniforms with the blue lids. Jones looks over the defense. Calls for the football. He'll keep it himself, a little option play, and Greenbrier strings it out, does a great job, and a good play there by the defense for about a 4-yard loss.
I think that was Ace there, leading tackle. And the quarterback jumped straight up in the air. Thought we was going to see a jump pass there or something.
So that will bring on the punting unit for the Goblins. A great job by the defense to get a 3 and out, and another chance for great starting field position, as their punter will have his toes on the goal line. Ethan Smith back at the 45. Plenty of time to kick it. He does get a good high kick away. Smith will catch it at the 45, up over the 40, and then will be tackled close to the 35-yard line.
Matt, Ethan, he ain't no bigger than a mosquito almost. And he catches it and goes straight north and south. He's not dancing around and going east and west. I'd love to see that.
I do too. So Greenbrier will have it on the 36, so just 36 yards away from pay dirt again. And great, it's a great start for this offense. And if we can keep it on this side of the field all night, it's going to be a long night for Harrison.
I like it.
Palmer will bring 3 receivers out to the right, which is the wide side. Ball's on the left hash. Pistol formation, he'll bring Mosley in motion. They'll hand it off to Hassan. Breaks a tackle in the backfield, but a good job as they'll wrap him up for a short pickup on first down.
Matt, he takes a 1-yard gain to almost 5 yards there.
Greenbrier running some different formations here tonight, bringing some different people in motion. As Coach Bertram and Coach Moreland have done a great job with the play calling so far this year. Trips left this time for Palmer. He'll bring Mosley in motion. And off to Hassan. And a good job by the Harrison defense, but he does pick up 3, which will bring up a 3rd down and short.
Matt, they're pinning their ears back on the outside and coming with everything they've got. And we've seen this a few times through the year.
Yeah.
Watch out for 3 or 10.
So Greenbrier in a tough 3rd down situation here. They're going to call it 3rd and 4. This is one of those deals as a play caller, you kind of got your pick. You can either run it knowing you've got 2 plays or try to pick one up here through the air. He'll send Hassan in motion. Palmer looks across the middle. Now he'll have to run for it. He's got some room. He picks up the first down and wisely steps out of bounds, and a good job by Jack.
Well, Matt, there's a flag on the field right about the position of holding.
Oh, shoot.
Really a great heads-up play by Jack, though, filling the pocket closed, knowing where he had to get for the first down and getting there.
It is a hold against the Panthers, so that will back them up and make this third down a little bit more difficult. Greenbrier offensive line has done a fantastic job this year of, not getting those big holding penalties. They really have. Bring up a third down and about 14 here for the Panthers. Trips right, single receiver to the left. Bring Mahan in motion. Fakes the handoff. Palmer looks left. Now he'll be flushed out of the pocket, lets it go, has a man across the middle. He catches it, makes a move, and I do think he has enough for the first down depending on the spot. And he does. First down, Panthers.
Well, that was good to see Mosley plant that foot and get upfield hard. And what a great move with Jack in the back.
Absolutely. He's done that several times this year, rolling against his arm, which is such a hard thing to do, and especially when you're feeling the pressure. And he stood in there and delivered a strike. So Greenbrier will have a new fresh set of downs as they'll place the ball on the 26-yard line. Ball still on the left hash, moving from left to right. Trips right. Hassan behind Palmer. They'll walk a couple linebackers up, and they're bringing both of them. Hassan makes a guy miss in the backfield, but lowers his head and still picks up a couple on that. I don't know how many people they had in the box, but it was a bunch.
They're stacking it right now. They're gonna make us beat them through the air.
And most teams this year have tried to do that and just have not been successful doing so. We've seen 8-9 men boxes, and we still run the ball effectively. But Harrison doing a good job so far. Second down and 8. Turns, fakes the handoff. He'll roll to his right. Got a man wide open. Hits him in stride. 5. Touchdown, Panthers.
And that was senior Salter Mahan. Matt, you can't guard them all. That's Palmer's just doing a great job of making good decisions there on that play action and getting out.
Yeah, we've talked about it, and Tribble's even made mention of it. When you have to worry so much about stopping 8, when you fake it to him, you're going to be a step behind because you have to honor that.
That's right.
So Greenbrier strikes again very quickly with 4:07 left to play in the first quarter. Snaps down, the kick is up, and it is good. Greenbrier 14, Harrison 0. 4:07 left to play in the first. We'll be back right after this with Greenbrier Panther football on My Country, Y107.
GreenbrierAutoSales.com. GreenbrierAutoSales.com.
Oh, what a dream. I've got this sudden urge to go to Greenbrier Auto Sales.
I grew up loving Mario and Luigi and playing the games on my
stadium in Harrison, Arkansas. Greenbrier strikes quickly with their first 2 possessions, giving them an early 14-0 lead. And I love getting hate from the sideline when you're announcing a ball game. Thanks to all my fans out there with my squeaky voice, battling a little cold. But, hey, sometimes you got to play hurt.
That just shows true grit. You're up here putting in the work while some of these armchair coaches are sitting at home.
Yeah, no doubt. So the kick will go through the end zone, and another good starting field position for this Panther defense. Dustin, they've come out, you can tell tonight, come out with a little bit more energy, a little bit more juice than they have the last couple weeks.
Definitely, Matt. And we've let some touchdowns and some scoring go on in that first half, and then traditionally kind of close it down after that. But it's good to see them come out fired up. I think they know how big this game is this week. 1st and
10 for the Goblins from the 20. Jones will hand it off. He bounces it to the right, has a good hole, and will good pick up there on first down. We'll take him out close to the 30-yard line and bring up a second down and short. is number 14 in the backfield for the Goblins. That's Lucas Brumley running the football for him, so using him a little bit different ways.
And he's one of their receivers, isn't he?
Yeah.
Leading receiver.
2nd down and 1 for the Goblins. They send a couple of men from left to right and overstack the right side of the line. Jones will hand it again, this time on the right, and a good run and a pickup for a 1st down, the first one of the night up for the Goblins.
Put his head down and ran hard there. Matt, I was going through the lineup, and I hadn't watched much film on him, but 87, that's a tight end number, and he's playing right tackle.
Yeah.
Do they slip him out at some point?
You know, I didn't see it in the 2 games that I watched, but I know he did play tight end last year, and I think they've asked him to put on some weight there and move down to the tackle position. But I wouldn't be surprised at some point they try to go tackle eligible and sneak him out.
Good looking kid down there for sure.
So the 1st down for the Goblins. Bring the ball out to the 36. Jones runs the option, gives the pitch off, and Greenbrier does a good job with disciplined defense and assignment football as they come up and make the tackle close to the 40-yard line. Pick up a 3.
Just a little bit slow getting out to the pitch, man. We took care of the quarterback there, but didn't get quite there in time.
You know, that option is something that you don't see very often anymore, and it's just so hard to prepare for. You can do it in practice, in a week's time and kind of get familiar with it, but it's one of those things that if you don't play assignment ball and somebody misses their assignment, they can take it to the house.
Quickly.
2nd down and 7. Ball's on the left hash. Jones calls for the football. We'll hand it off this time to number 4, and a good job by the Panthers. They trip him up at the line of scrimmage. He does fall forward for a pickup of 4.
That's Eli McNutt. He's a good-looking athlete, too. I just noticed him during warm-up. So
6'3", 215. Good-looking kid. So another third down and manageable here for the Goblins as they get close to midfield. Ball's on the 44-yard line. McNutt to the right of Jones. Jones will hand it to him up the middle. And a good job by the Panthers, but he will stretch the ball out just enough to get the 1st down.
Matt, they're running this clock down and being pretty effective right now. But this is where our secondary can't get lulled to sleep. I thought that happened a little bit at Alma. So they've got to stay awake and stay prepared here.
And that's kind of what we thought the game plan would be coming into this game is Harrison trying to establish the run, keep the ball away from us, and really chew this clock. And putting a good drive together so far right here. Ball's on the 48-yard line. Send 2 receivers to the Harrison sideline, none out to the right. Jones fakes the handoff. He'll keep it on the left. Greenbrier does a great job, and he takes a big hit from big number 47, Ethan Quattlebaum.
Quattlebaum was hustling, got down the line, and I think he made him regret not pitching it.
So a short pickup there. Actually, they'll call it a no gain, as he did just get back to the line of scrimmage. Harrison, with just 20 seconds left, will probably let this run out and get into the 2nd quarter. It looks like now they decide they're going to try to run a play. They'll have to hustle as the clock's down to 10. Single receiver to each side. Jones will get the snap off. Hands it on the right side. Big hit, but he runs out of it. And a good job of rallying by the defense, but a great initial contact. But a good job by McNutt of spinning out of that.
And that was Wilbanks right there. I mean, he come up and smoked him. But we got to get wrapped up.
So at the end of the 1st quarter, Greenbrier leads 14-0. We'll be back with 2nd quarter action right after this on My Country, Y107.
It's fall at Daisy A Day Florist in Greenbrier. Daisy A Day knows that summer is gone, and that means fall, football, and entertaining and decorating. At Daisy A Day, you'll find everything to transform your home into a fall festival of its own. With colorful decor, transform your home or office this fall. Every day is a great day at Daisy A Day Florist. Don't forget, Daisy A Day has a great selection of Greenbrier Panther products, too. And yes, the elves are busy in the workshop, getting everything ready for an explosion of Christmas. Daisy A Day Florist in Greenbrier.
Now back to Greenbrier Panthers Sports on My Country Y107.
Welcome back to Harrison on this Halloween night, chilly Halloween night, and the Panther faithful traveled well. Got our band over there in the stands as well, and just a great night for high school football.
Yeah, this is perfect weather if you're on the field playing. This is what you look for.
So Harrison with the ball in Panther territory for the first time tonight as they've put a good drive together, chewed up 2 first downs, and we'll look to put this one in the end zone to bring this one within 7. They'll bring a man from left to right. Jones takes a snap, looks to pass this time, gets it out on a little out route, has his man, makes a move, and then Greenbrier swarms to the football, but a good pickup on first down. That is number 1 on the reception for the Goblins, Braden Bryant. Just a little stop route, about a 4-yard route, and then made a good move and made a couple guys miss.
Yeah, that was 3rd and 7. That was a big down for us, and let him get that first.
Yeah, did pick up the first down yardage.
I think we'll probably go back to the dive here. That'd been their most effective play all the first quarter there.
So 1st and 10, 2 receivers out to the left. Jones hands it off up the middle, and Greenbrier does a good job of collapsing that hole. And again, making contact in the backfield, just unable to get him down on first contact as he's a big old strong kid.
We may see a lot of this from Harrison tonight.
Yeah.
Running the clock, getting 3 in a cloud of dust.
So they will pick up, they'll give it a 4 there, so bring up a 2nd and 6. Just underway here in the second quarter if you're joining us. 11 minutes left to play in the half. Greenbrier leads 14-0. And Greenbrier scored on their only 2 possessions offensively and held Harrison to 2 3-and-outs until this drive. Harrison putting a good drive together. Jones takes the snap. He'll keep it on the right side this time after the fake, and Greenbrier will run him close to out of bounds. And he'll be close to the first down. They're going to mark him a little bit short, bring up a 3rd down and 1.
Dive and running it off of that, and then he finally pulled it and got 6 or 7, or well, about 5 there, I guess.
Just a little read option. Everybody swarmed on the dive, and Jones pulled it and had a good pickup. And now they're working that play clock down to about 15 and calling the snap at about 10. So really trying to shorten the ball game. 3rd down and 1. More than likely 4-down territory for the Goblins. They will hand it off to big number 34, and he just churns away. And ball comes out. Greenbrier has it down the sideline, and there's no flag.
There's no down sack either, Matt.
I believe that's a touchdown Panthers.
Whitehead called it.
Holy smokes. I was looking down to read the number of the running back, and next thing I know, we've got it going the other way. Did we just tear it away from him?
I guess. I thought it was just piled up there.
Wow.
And that was 14. Is that Roop Adams? No. No?
Yeah, that's probably Root.
Yeah. We got Hayden Merritt down, but
yeah, that's not right. He's injured. Man, I guess that's why they tell you to play the whistle, Dustin.
That's right.
I looked down before the whistle blew. So a huge play for the Panthers as the Goblins were driving the ball, threatening to score, and just had enough yardage for a first down, and Greenbrier tears it away from him and takes it to the house.
Wow, what a turn of events.
Extra point is good. We're going to keep it here. Greenbrier leads 21-0 with 9:43 to play. And, Dustin, I think even though that was a huge turnover for Harrison, they probably feel a little bit like they found something right there on that drive.
Oh, I think so. That was their most effective is running that dive and then everything off of that. So I'm sure we'll see that for the rest of the night. Only thing about it, though, now you're down 21. Yeah. And then now you're playing the clock because we're going to go score.
That's right. And, we've talked about it ad nauseum really this year about how opportunistic this defense has been and the takeaways that they've gotten. And, when you get takeaways, especially when you turn them into points like that, it's such a huge boost for your team. And it also hides some imperfections and some weaknesses on that defense too.
That's right. That's right. And is that 17 on the year or 18?
I think 17. I believe that's right.
So averaging just over 2 a game?
Yeah, it's incredible. It really is. So Greenbrier with a huge lead here to start the ball game. Still 9:43 to play in the half. Greenbrier up 21-0. And I'll be honest with you, Dustin, I was not expecting this score this early. That was number 17, I was told, on the takeaway. And it is tinted windows, and they're a little bit fogged up, and we're about 3/4 of a mile from the field, it feels like.
And that was Ethan Rhodes who was kicking off here.
Rhodes approaches the football and lays a foot into it. Line drive kick will be caught inside the 5, fumbled for a bit. Now he'll bring it up over the 10, 15. He's got a head of steam up over the 20 and will get tackled at about the 25. They'll give him the 26-yard line. So another good job by the kickoff coverage team, as Harrison will be starting from their 26-yard line.
It looked like Jude Watkins there on the tackle.
Harrison will send this big offensive line out. They'll send trips to the right. Ball just inside the right hash. Moving from left to right. Jones, your quarterback. He'll keep it himself. Cuts back to the middle, has a running lane, and he hit hard. As I believe that was Ethan Smith coming up from the safety position and giving all 145 of him.
I believe
into that tackle.
D-Max calls it laying the wood.
Second down, and we'll call it 7 here for the Goblins.
Matt, they were in that tight bunched formation the last series, and they've now gone back to the spread here.
Yeah. Trips right again for Jones. Defense will walk a linebacker down into a 4-man front. Jones takes a straight drop, looks across the middle, lets it go deep, has a man wide open, caught, and makes a man miss. He's at the 20. It's a foot race, and he will be into the end zone for a touchdown. Harrison. Not sure exactly how he got so loose, but that is Lucas Brumley on the catch, and just an explosive play here for the Harrison Goblins.
Yeah, Matt, they ran a little bit across here, and I think mixed our guys up, and then the middle one just shot through it, and out he went.
And Jones, you can tell, really not a natural passer, a little bit of a hitch before he throws it, but, hey, that was a strike and hit his man right when he needed to.
Well, when you're able to run the ball like he does, it gives you some ability to have those throws like that.
Left-footed kicker, snap is down, the kick is up, and it's true. So 21-7 your score, 8:47 left to play in the half. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this on My Country, Y107.
I'm Jeremy Riddle, proud to call Central Arkansas home. I've spent my life serving this community as a farmer, small business owner, on the Greenbrier School Board, and my church. I'm running for state representative because I know what it means to work hard, support your family, and give back to your hometown. I want to protect our values, strengthen our schools, and make life more affordable for hardworking Arkansas families. I'd be honored to have your vote in the Republican primary. Let's keep Arkansas strong. This ad is paid for by Jeremy Riddle for state representative.
And welcome back here in the booth as Greenbrier leads Harrison 21-7 with 8:47 left to play in the second quarter. And Dustin, really, Greenbrier had done a really good job of limiting Harrison to short yardage plays, and then they broke out for one there that was just explosive.
Matt, that I think is the quickest touchdown we've given up all year.
I agree. Harrison does some different things on kickoff. I noticed a lot of times they'll pooch kick it and kick it different directions, but they'll send this one deep down the right hash, and we'll bring it up over the 25 and try to break it outside, but Harrison does a good job in coverage, and we'll take him down at about the 26.
That was Lucas Thompson bringing it back.
So third possession here for the Panther offense. And if you just joined us, you missed a takeaway from the Panther defense last 2 drives ago against Harrison. We're doing a good job of running the football effectively and really trying to cut that lead in half. And good job there by Ethan Rhodes of stripping that ball from the running back and taking it back to the house. Pistol formation for Palmer. He'll turn, hand off to Hassan on the right, and good job by Harrison of stringing that one out.
Yeah, that defensive line stood up right there and held their own.
Really a challenge in the trenches tonight for this offensive line. We'll have quads to the left for Palmer. He gets it out to the right and hits his receiver, but a good job in coverage as they'll stack him up for a short gain on the play.
We'll take 4 or 5 yards on that each time, and when you got someone like Trendon or Salter out there on the outsides, they're a step away from taking it to the house any given time.
So 3rd down and 5 for the Panthers. They'll send trips out to the left this time, single receiver right. Palmer tries to get a free 5. Now he'll check the sidelines to make the play call. As he does, Harrison switches up the coverage a little bit in the secondary. No safety over the top. Middle of the field should be wide open. Palmer takes his drop, looks left, and will be swarmed under and sacked in a big play for the Harrison defense.
Wow, they got to him quick, and he didn't have a chance.
So just like that, the momentum has shifted here in this ball game as Greenbrier was sledding pretty easily up toward both possessions, and Harrison does a good job of scoring and then getting a 3 and out.
That was Eli McNutt, number 4 there on that sack.
So the first time we've seen the punter in quite some time as Deersall gets the punt away. Good kick as it'll land at about the 45. Takes a Harrison bounce, and good job in coverage. They finally get him down at the 50-yard line. So good starting field position for the Goblins as they try to cut this lead in half.
Well, Matt, we haven't, to your point a while ago, we hadn't seen the punter out many times this year.
No, we have not. And for not getting to do it very much in game situation, that was a good punt. Just bounced right to him, and he was able to lean forward. He probably picked up about 7 or 8 yards on the return. So good job in coverage.
You look at our last 2 games, just going through the stats, I think we had 8 third downs combined in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
So we don't get there very often.
They'll mark the ball dead center field, 50-yard line. 2 running backs this time. They'll fake the handoff, run a little option play. That's to McNutt, and a good job by the Panthers of tackling him for a short pickup.
A little bit different formation, but still running the same plays there.
2nd down and 8 for the Goblins as they get into Panther territory for the 2nd time tonight. Big offensive line for Harrison. Jones sends 2 receivers to the right. He'll take a straight drop. Gets some pressure, dances in the pocket, lets it go. That is Braden Bryant on the catch and falls forward for a pickup close to the 1st down. A good job by Jones of avoiding the rush and hitting his receiver.
Matt, they ran that same play. They scored the touchdown on there a while ago, and we picked up the guy going deep.
So 3rd down and a half a yard here as they've got to get to the 40. They've got it just over the 39. I'm sorry, the 41. Greenbrier with a 4-man front this time as they walk a linebacker down. And they will hand it off to their big running back, and he has the 1st down and some, as that's McNutt that just falls forward.
57 there got double teamed, and he was sitting on about the 30 when they got done. Here comes Klosky for the first time tonight, I believe.
Had a good season so far, the sophomore has, playing that nose guard position. Harrison going with a little tempo now as they're feeling some momentum. McNutt breaks through the line, makes a man miss, and will be tackled, but does have a pickup of 10 and enough for the 1st down.
Man, I thought we had him in the backfield there, and 47 just stopped.
Yeah,
you got to stay and watch that quarterback.
1st and 10 for the Goblins. Jones calls for the snap. He'll keep it this time on the left. Has some running room, and a good job of Greenbrier coming up and rallying, but big pickup on 1st down.
Well, Matt, that was Quattlebaum has stayed home every play.
Except that one.
And that one, he came flying down the line, and quarterback pulled it and took off around the end.
Second down and 2, and I did just get a text from our athletic director, Steve Wood, said that's our first varsity punt since week 3.
Oh, wow.
That's incredible. Second down and short for the Goblins as they're threatening to score on the 16-yard line going in. Panther defense needs to do a good job. High snap. He does handle it. Now he'll just fall into the line of scrimmage, and Greenbrier stacks it up there in the middle. Depending on the spot, and they will give him the first down.
Did just enough to get there.
.403 left to play in the half, and Harrison threatening to cut this lead in half.
Man, we got to find an answer for number 7.
Yeah, we really do. And really, you know, it hasn't really mattered who their running back is, honestly. They're just, that offensive line's getting a good push up front, and they're just leaning on them. Jones tries to run the option again, and Greenbrier stacks him up in the backfield before he gets the pitch off, and that's Klosky and number 57, Ushery, in on the tackle. Loss of 3.
Yeah, you know, last week when our linebackers had such a great game, the defensive line did such a good job of absorbing that offensive line and not letting them get to them.
Yeah, not letting them climb to that second level. If you can keep your linebackers clean and let them go make plays, that's usually a good sign that you're going to have some success on defense. That has not necessarily been the case here tonight, as Harrison offense has done a good job of getting a front push and really getting to that second level. Second down and 13. Jones rolls to his right. Got a man, and good job breaking on the ball. Interception, Panthers. He'll bring it up the left sideline. He's got some room. It's a foot race, and it looks like he's going to go. That's Tyree Kemp at the 30, the 20, the 10, 5. Touchdown, Panthers.
Oh, wow. Wow. He read that, Matt, stepped in front, and I thought he was going to step out about the 12. Did a little shake and shimmy, and off he went.
Man, what a play. And for the second time tonight, the defense scores a touchdown when Harrison is threatening to score. And I tell you, Dustin, like, he baited him into that throw. Because from up here, it looked like he was open. And he just, as soon as he let it go, he jumped the route and took it to the house.
Tyree's pretty good at that. We've talked about his skill set at that position.
And just when you think Harrison's gaining momentum and fixing to make this a ball game, Greenbrier takes it, where the ball was on the 14, and take it 86 yards for a touchdown. Kick is up, and it is good. We're going to catch our breath real quick. 2:35 left in the half. We'll be back with more Greenbrier Panther football right after this on My Country, Y107.
The Children's Clinic of Conway and Greenbrier has been providing medical services for the children of Central Arkansas for over 35 years. We specialize in the medical.
Students are here today to discuss with many different colleges and businesses to discover their future career after high school.
Different colleges are set up so you can go and ask questions and learn more about their campus.
I want to know what I'm doing for college. I want to know what colleges are like and what they're looking for so I can get into it.
The ball was on the 14, but the throw was at the end zone.
Oh, it was 99 and a half.
So a great play by sophomore Tyree Kemp as he jumps in front of the route and takes it down the left sideline to the house to give Greenbrier a 28-7 lead with 2:35 left to play in the half. And just talking off air, I mean, that's just an absolute backbreaker. You're fixing to cut the lead in half, be down 7, feel like you've got all the momentum, and just completely flips the game.
That was a big one there. And then we're getting the ball coming out of halftime here too. So
good high kick by Ethan Rhodes will send them back to the 1. He will bring it out over the 10 to the 15. Big running back there. He gets ahead of steam, but Greenbrier meets him where he's at, and a good job in coverage again by this Panther special teams unit.
They were flying downhill at that one.
So 2:27 left to play in the half. Greenbrier leads 28-7. Offense has scored twice, and the defense has scored twice. Not many times you get to say that.
No. No, but it's hard to keep up with our offensive output, and for the defense to match them this first half is pretty impressive.
So Harrison will come out in that stack set. We'll send one receiver out to the numbers to the right. That will be Brumley, their go-to guy. They will have one out to the left as well. And Jones will keep it on the read option. He's got some room up over the 30, and he can run, guys, and he's up to the 40. Greenbrier finally brings him down there. And just a read option, and he made the right read.
Yeah, that end has to stay home. As bad as he wants to come downhill, he's got to stay home because Jones is going to pull that ball every time he comes down.
Yeah. So big pickup on first down as they were inside the 20, gets it all the way out to the 40-yard line.
That is not the first play you want to have coming here. We need to hold them out of the end zone before halftime.
Under 2 minutes to play, Harrison does have a full complement of timeouts. So he'll try to push this ball downfield and get a score before half. Jones will take a straight drop. Lets it go deep down the right sideline. Has a man, that is Brumley, and ball's overthrown. Pretty good job in coverage, but he did let his man get behind him. But a good job of playing catch-up there, and luckily the ball just outside the reach of Brumley.
Yeah, he did a little stop and go, and we were manned up, and the safety couldn't get out there quick enough. So that was Ridge Crass, another sophomore.
Minute 39 to play in the half. Greenbrier up 3 touchdowns. If you're just now joining us, Greenbrier scored on 2 of their 3 possessions offensively, but have 2 touchdowns from their defense. A strip fumble that we took to the house, and then a 99-yard pick 6. Handoff on the right side. Greenbrier does a great job of stringing this one out as they are just doing a good job of flying to the football as a team.
Shumay took on that block, and he was really the pivot point there of that play by holding them up and letting it string out.
Harrison will take their first time out with a minute 30 left to play. We'll go ahead and hit some of our sponsors again. We'll be back with more Panther football right after this on My Country, Y107.
Students are here today to discuss with many different colleges and businesses to discover their future career after high school.
Different colleges are set up so you can go and ask questions and learn more about their campus.
I want to know what I'm doing for college. I want to know what colleges are like and what they're looking for so I can get into it.
Many students show up annually to learn and meet many different colleges in and out of state. Some of our students have already talked to other colleges and found some interest.
I wanted to find a school that I could wrestle at. University of Little Rock, Arkansas, they have a really good wrestling team, and it seems doable to get like a full ride or some good scholarships. So I think that's what I'm going for.
A-State has, because they have a really good band and a really good education program.
This fair gives students a look at how colleges can benefit you.
Just by lifting up the kids that want to go to your college or go into the field that you're working in, because if you just kind of don't lift them up, then they're not going to want to go.
This gives out opportunities for those still searching for a path after graduation. Reporting for GHTV, I'm Hayden Songer.
Punting situation for the Goblins. Cooper, who's watching at home and not on the broadcast with me tonight, reminded me last time that Greenbrier played in Harrison, Eli Weaver had a pick 6.
He did. He sure did. In the north end zone down here, wasn't it?
Yeah. Right there before half, as that was just an absolute throttling that really nobody expected coming into that ball game.
No.
Good punt from Harrison as Smith will call for the fair catch and secures it at about the 31. So Greenbrier will have 2 timeouts left, minute 22 left to work with, and look for them to try to get this one in the end zone.
Matt, I don't know that I agree with that play call, that last one by Harrison, trying to go deep there. Incomplete pass, stops the clock. Greenbrier saves another timeout.
Yeah.
And a minute 22 is probably double the time they need most days.
Palmer will send 3 receivers out to his right, ball basically in the middle of the field. Mahan will be out here to the left by himself, and he'll get Harrison to come into the red zone or the neutral zone and get a free 5. And boy, they were bringing the house that time.
And they have been. They've been just going all out on that blitz.
So 1st and 5 for the Panthers. Love to see Mahan take one over the top right here. I don't know if this kid right here can match his speed on the outside. They'll hand it off to Hassan up the middle, and not much there as Greenbrier was looking to bust one. Now they'll have to go in a hurry. Minute 13. Bring up a second down in about 3. Pistol formation. Two receivers to both sides. Palmer takes his drop and gets rid of it, but throws it right into the arms of Harrison, and touchdown for the Goblins. Jack just trying to get rid of the football and threw it right to him.
Well, he put it in his left hand trying to throw it, and yeah, threw it right into his basket.
Yeah. So game of swings gets another one here as Greenbrier was trying to go down and score and really take complete control of this ball game. And Harrison scores on a pick 6 of their own.
Well, Matt, that we were setting up the screen. We got a block for 1001, 1002. We just opened up the floodgates and didn't give him enough time to do anything.
So a huge play by the Harrison defense will cut this lead to 28. Extra point pending, and it is good. 28-14 your score. 51 seconds left to play in the half. We're going to keep it here. And that's another one of those things that I know Jack will learn from. But in that situation, it's better to just eat it and take the sack, go into halftime. I mean, nothing's hurt there. You got a huge lead. The last thing you want to do is let them put points on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a tough one to learn. But as far as the play call, it was dead on. I mean, they had 7 guys. Yeah. I mean, and that's what you want. You want to hit that screen pass on a blitz, and it's to the house.
Yeah, for sure. So we've seen in this first half 3 defensive touchdowns, which is just insane. I don't know that I've ever called a ball game where I've seen 3 total in a game. We've had 3 in the first half.
I'd have been all right just leaving it at 2, I'll be honest.
So Harrison will have to kick the football away again to Greenbrier. That is the bad news for them. But the good news is they've closed the deficit. Good kick down the middle of the field. Will be fielded at the 15. Thompson will bring it out over the 20 and will be tackled at about the 25. So 44 seconds to play. Greenbrier still with 2 timeouts, and we'll see what coaches decide to do in this situation. Not great field position, but we have scored in less time this year.
We have, and we gave that touchdown up in 30 seconds. So
true. When you got 8 in the backfield, it doesn't take long to find a crease and take one to the house.
But, we talked about this last week, Matt, that our coaching staff coaches with confidence this year, and that's been great to see.
Twins to both sides for Palmer. He'll take a straight drop. Looks left. Got a man deep down the sideline. He beat his man. He's caught at the 40. That is Salter Mahan out of bounds. And a big pickup on first down, and I called that one a couple plays ago.
You sure did. Hey, listen, he leads him a little more, and we're doing the old 20-15-10-5 dance up here.
For sure. So big pickup gets them into Harrison territory, and now the game has changed a little bit. Got out of bounds, so still 2 timeouts. They'll send Hassan to the right in motion. Palmer takes his drop, looks that way. He's got his man on a little slant route. He's got some room and a good pickup as they'll slam him down to the ground. But he does have enough for the first down, and Greenbrier will quickly call a timeout.
That was Caden Cummings, and I tell you, he's got great hands, and
they will not call a timeout. They're going to go in a hurry here. Empty formation. Palmer will keep it itself on a quarterback draw. Not much there, and now they'll have to spend a timeout. Not really sure on the play call there, and not using a timeout. I would have thought we would have called one there.
Well, I think they thought they could get one off quickly with the chains resetting and the clock stopping.
So 15 seconds to play. The good news is you still do have 2 timeouts. The ball's at the 21-yard line. So Greenbrier trying to punch this one in right before half, and would be a huge answer after just giving up a gift there to Harrison.
Well, then you could do what we talked about a while ago, and that's doubling up. Regardless if we gave him 7. You push that to 35 and then come out and score again, you're at 42. And you're sitting in the driver's seat here.
That's exactly right. And, you know, we've talked about it all season as well, is this offense is so explosive and it doesn't take them long to score. I don't know that we truly expected us to go score with 44 seconds left, but here we are.
Well, they coach with confidence, and we commentate with confidence.
So 2nd down and about 7 here for the Panthers after Palmer picks up 3 on the quarterback draw.
Wonder if we see that screen pass again here.
Harrison has completely stacked the box. Manning up on the outside. I like our odds. They fake the handoff to Hassan. Palmer rolls to his right, looks to the end zone's got a man. Touchdown, Panthers. What a great throw by Jack Palmer.
What a play. Defense completely bit down on the run. Jack pulled it out and found Salter in the back of the end zone.
Great route and a great throw by Jack, and hits his man right in stride in the back of the end zone. And they didn't need 44 seconds, Dustin. They needed 32. Greenbrier scores in 32 seconds with only using 0 timeouts.
Pretty impressive.
They didn't use a single timeout on that drive. Newland gets a low snap down. The kick is up, and it is good. Good job there by Ace Newland handling that low snap, and Ethan Rose continues to be perfect. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break with 12 seconds to play. Greenbrier scores 35-14 is your score here in Harrison. We'll be back with Greenbrier Panthers right after this.
For the 30th anniversary, East is coming back to where it all started, right here in Greenbrier, Arkansas. East is more than a program. East is an experience.
We believe every learner everywhere should have an opportunity to have an East experience.
Every student that grows is a success story because it's not about the technology or the tools. You get to be the leader of your own learning. You get to make the decision and the choice of what you want to learn based on who you want to help.
East has made an impact on many students.
Here for the Greenbrier Panther Broadcast Network, JB Brazil listening in to us here tonight, and I want to thank him for joining in and watching this Panther team. Dustin, it's been a good first half. It's been a wild first half.
It has. Now, did JB give us a thumbs up, or he gives some coaching tips?
No, he said we're doing great. But, you know, he's so nice. He's not going to tell us the truth.
That's okay.
So good kick by Ethan Rose as he does get that one into the end zone, and we'll bring Harrison out to the 20 to start this drive, and more than likely going to see a kneel down here or a handoff, I'm assuming, and just try to get to the locker room and figure out how to come back on this great Panther football team.
Well, with the amount of defensive touchdowns tonight, I don't know if I'm going to roll the dice here and throw one deep.
Stay in that tight set, single receiver to each side for Jones. He will hand it off. I think he tried to pull it there last second, but the running back just clamped down and said, nope, I'm keeping this one.
Yep. He's holding on to it for a while and making a good decision with the ball.
And that will be the final play of the half. Your Greenbrier Panthers lead Harrison 35-14. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll go over the first half stats and then talk about what the Panthers need to do to get a W to go 9-0 on the season and head back to Faulkner County. We'll be back right after this short break here on My Country, Y107.
Hundreds are running here at Greenbrier High School, not just for the finish line, but for a much bigger reason.
Good morning. So the Run for Hope is a run walk to support suicide prevention. This run is to bring awareness to the subject.
Beginning with early morning warm-ups and registration, participants at the Run for Hope take a stand for a meaningful cause.
Get set. Go.
It's important because it brings awareness, not only to suicide awareness, but suicide prevention.
A lot of the times we won't be thinking what people are going through, and we're kind of just we're easy to judge. We're not putting ourselves in someone else's shoes.
Make sure that we're having the conversations and we're talking about it so people don't feel like if they're struggling that they can't communicate that.
Go in.
Every step taken here today is an opportunity for individuals to feel seen, to share their experiences, and to be truly heard.
It's important that they see how many people support them, to have conversations so that they know that if they're struggling, they're not alone.
This is a truly pressing matter that needs to be taken with the utmost serious. The more people who know, the better.
With the combined efforts of the community, runners and volunteers are uniting together every year to create a more hopeful future.
We're attacking something that doesn't need to happen. So I believe one of the best things that we can do is bring awareness to that, specifically suicide prevention. And I think it brings the community together because not only the school, but the community, different vendors are coming out and supporting it, and it's growing each and every year.
This run is about more than miles on a track. It's a reminder that no one has to face their struggles alone. Reporting for GHTV, I'm Chandler Williams.
I'm Jeremy Riddle, proud to call Central Arkansas home. I've spent my life serving this community as a farmer, small business owner, on the Greenbrier School Board, and my church. I'm running for state representative because I know what it means to work hard, support your family, and give back to your hometown. I want to protect our values, strengthen our schools, and make life more affordable for hardworking Arkansas families. I'd be honored to have your vote in the Republican primary. Let's keep Arkansas strong. This ad is paid for by Jeremy Riddle for state representative.
Did you know the production you're watching is being run and managed completely by Greenbrier High School media production students?
Students in the GHTV program are responsible for running live streams of different school events.
Stand by camera 1. Things like athletics, school signing days, and many other campus events.
We also work on other productions throughout the year. We make news packages and feature videos telling the stories of our school.
Don't forget about our short films and the weekly news for the high school.
The GHTV program has 2 different YouTube channels. The channel you're on now is where you will find all of our live streams.
And on the GHTV Productions channel, you will find student projects like news packages and short films.
Make sure to subscribe to both channels so you stay updated on all of our content.
I'm Jeremy Riddle, proud to call Central Arkansas home. I've spent my life serving this community as a farmer, small business owner, on the Greenbrier School Board, and my church. I'm running for state representative because I know what it means to work hard, support your family, and give back to your hometown. I want to protect our values, strengthen our schools, and make life more affordable for hardworking Arkansas families. I'd be honored to have your vote in the Republican primary. Let's keep Arkansas strong. This ad is paid for by Jeremy Riddle for state representative.
I grew up loving Mario and Luigi and playing the games on my Wii, so I tagged him along with me.
Billie Eilish has very relatable music, I think.
I was joking around with my friends, and then I pulled up a picture of Joe Exotic, and I was like, it would be hilarious if I dressed up as him. So I went to Spirit Halloween, and they had a mullet and mustache.
Some others, and Cooper and Carl Spears started it off down in Warren, and Sean Hammondtree had one game in there, but you've been a constant, and I appreciate your help.
Well, you've had some good ones on here, Matt, but, when we're on 3 or 4 together, we might consider this going steady.
Some would call it that, yeah. All right, so we got some stats for you, but I don't believe they're correct, and so we're gonna skip that part this time and just talk a little bit about this first half. Greenbrier comes out defensively, gets a 3 and out, gets the ball in great field position, and goes down like they always do. Punches one in as Enoch scores from about 27 yards out, take the early lead, and then get another 3 and out. Even better field position as they're inside the 40, and go score again. And kind of felt really good about it at that point. But then Harrison comes down, scores, and cuts this thing in half. Or I'm sorry, we score again on the takeaway.
That's right.
We strip it, go score, go up 21-0, and then Harrison puts a drive together and scores to cut it 21-7. Then hold us to a 3 and out. Get the momentum, and they drive it down the field. Looks like they're fixing to score again, cut it to a 7-point lead, and throw a 99-yard pick six, which sets the new school record.
That's right. We got a text from our statistician.
That's right.
And that is a new school record. Impressive.
Yeah, no doubt, especially for a sophomore. And so that'll be one that is impossible to break, right? Just about.
Just about, unless you, can you bring it out of the end zone in high school?
Yeah, but it still only counts for 99, I think.
Maybe you get 99 and a half.
So, but then after that, Greenbrier was up 28-7 and felt like you had complete control of the ball game. Get the football back with a chance to go down and score to make it 35-7 and getting the ball at halftime. And then just an unfortunate situation. We try to run a little screen play. Jack's getting immense pressure and tries to just get rid of it and throws it right into the belly of one of their defenders, and they take it to the house for a score.
That was unfortunate, Matt. But, you look at this first half, we kind of felt like, hey, they're going to cut it down here. They're going to cut it down. They only scored 7 points on offense that first half.
That's right.
And we got a little bit of figuring out to do in the locker room at halftime around that option play. But if I know Stone, he'll have it figured out, and we'll be playing assignment football when we come back out.
Yeah, for sure. And so Greenbrier, after that pick six, they'd cut the lead from 28-14 and kind of figured that was going to be the halftime score. But Greenbrier gets the ball back with 44 seconds left, 2 timeouts, and drive the length of the field and didn't use a timeout and scored with 32 seconds.
It's impressive how quick these guys can go. And I don't think we used Enoch on one run that play. And hit Salter for two big plays and took it to the house there. So
yeah, no doubt. So Greenbrier in complete control of this one as they lead by 21 at half, and we'll be getting the football to start the second half. So a chance to go up, 28, and maybe even get to a sportsmanship rule, which would be a fantastic thing to do, to leave this place a little bit early tonight.
Well, that ride down 65 isn't a short one, and we'd love to get home at a decent hour tonight. I know that.
Yeah, so some big games across the state, as we mentioned earlier, but we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to try to find a restroom in this place, and when we come back, we'll go over some of the scores around the state and get ready for the second half here in Harrison. This is Matt Wilcox and Dustin Worthy bringing you the action on My Country, Y107.
For over 40 years, the Johnson family at Greenbrier Ready Mix has quietly laid the foundation for Central Arkansas. From house foundations to highways, their Ready Mix concrete stands the test of time. No project is too big or too small, and every pour promises quality you can trust. Want a rock-solid start? Call Greenbrier Ready Mix today for a free estimate, because your project deserves a legacy, not just a lump of concrete.
Today's medical system is like a maze where patients get lost. Not here. Conway Regional takes a personal approach to health, so you get one-of-a-kind care that blends access and excellence, familiarity and fierce commitment, with a deeply invested team delivering the services and support that people deserve. This is not mass-produced healthcare. This is your healthcare. Conway Regional, curated care.
Hey, Greenbrier fans, ready to stay connected with the best internet in town? TCW Fiber is your local choice for blazing fast internet, keeping you in the game no matter where life takes you. You need to stream the Panthers game, finish that homework, or just unwind with your favorite shows? TCW Fiber delivers speed, reliability, and service that's as strong as our Greenbrier pride. As a proud supporter of Greenbrier High School football, we're dedicated to keeping our community connected on and off the field. Whether you're cheering from the stands or catching the highlights at home, TCW Fiber keeps you in the loop. So gear up, Greenbrier. Make the winning choice with TCW Fiber, your hometown internet.
I'm Jeremy Riddle, proud to call Central Arkansas home. I've spent my life serving this community as a farmer, small business owner, on the Greenbrier School Board, and my church. I'm running for state representative because I know what it means to work hard, support your family, and give back to your hometown. I want to protect our values, strengthen our schools, and make life more affordable for hardworking Arkansas families. I'd be honored to have your vote in the Republican primary. Let's keep Arkansas strong. This ad is paid for by Jeremy Riddle for state representative.
For the 30th anniversary, East is coming back to where it all started, right here in Greenbrier, Arkansas. East is more than a program, East is an experience.
We believe every learner everywhere should have an opportunity to have an East experience.
Every student that grows is a success story because it's not about the technology or the tools. You get to be the leader of your own learning. You get to make the decision and the choice of what you want to learn based on who you want to help.
East has made an impact on many students and left its mark on history.
I believe in my heart that when the history of 21st century education is written, East will be in the first paragraph.
In our community, I think you have a lot of students that realize the importance of volunteering and giving back to the community and becoming good civic leaders.
Starting in middle school, students across our campuses have the opportunity to join East program.
I think people should join East so that they can have better scholarships and have a better opportunity to get a higher education.
It is a unique experience that you cannot find anywhere else in school.
With the help of East students and staff at Greenbrier High School, East celebrated their 30th anniversary and will continue to celebrate more years to come. Reporting for GHTV, I'm Jovi Malone.
Students are here today to discuss with many
anniversary,
different colleges and businesses to discover their future career after high school.
Different colleges are set up so you can go and ask questions and learn more about their campus.
I want to know what I'm doing for college. I want to know what colleges are like and what they're looking for so I can get into it.
Many students show up annually to learn and meet many different colleges in and out of state. Some of our students have already talked to other colleges and found some interest.
I wanted to find a school that I could wrestle at. University of Little Rock, Arkansas, they have a really good wrestling team, and it seems doable to get like a full ride or some good scholarships. So I think that's what I'm going for.
A State has, because they have a really good band and a really good education program.
This fair gives students a look at how colleges can benefit you.
Just by lifting up the kids that want to go to your college or go into the field that you're working in, because if you just kind of don't lift them up, then they're not going to want to go.
This gives out opportunities for those still searching for a path after graduation. Reporting for GHTV, I'm Hayden Songer.
It's time for a road trip.
Integrity Insurance, Genesis of Conway, Baptist Health, Leslie Heating and Air, Haynes Ace Hardware, Wilcox Funeral Home, the Children's Clinic of Conway and Greenbrier, Conway Regional Health, TCW Fiber, Conway Trophy and Awards, UACCM, and Daisy a Day Florist, Greenbrier Panther Football. Exclusively on My Country Y107. It's time for the halftime report. Let's go back to the press box with Matt Wilcox.
And welcome back here to Harrison as we got about a minute and a half left before the second half starts. Both teams have made it out, going through their warm-ups. And, Dustin, what do we got to do here in the second half to bring this victory home?
Matt, I think we've got to sew up that option there. They were pretty effective running that dive and then the quarterback pulling it in option. So stay that disciplined football, which I think, we've talked about it all year. Stone at halftime and adjustments, man, he's been spot on with those. And then secondly, we got to get Enoch going.
Yeah.
And we can score in multiple ways, but it's good always to get him going. And more so for the line. This is one of the better defensive line they face this year. And as we get into the playoffs, we're going to meet some really good defensive linemen, and I'd love to see them come to this challenge right here and get Enoch going.
I agree with you 100%. And, it's one of them games where we saw it earlier. I think it was week 2 or week 3 where we played Russellville, and they did a really good job in that first half of really slowing Enoch down. I think he ended up with 90 yards or something like that. But I think he's less than that here so far tonight. We've had some short fields on our possessions, which didn't help his stats any. But still, Harrison's done a good job of slowing him down.
Yeah, they have, and they are pinning the ears back.
Yeah.
And at some point, he's going to pop one. He's going to squirt through. But they've done a nice job containing him for what he can do.
Yeah. No question about it. So we'll give you some scores around the state. Before I do that, I want to mention that tomorrow at Greenbrier we'll host the Super Bowl as for the Pee Wee League there. And that's always an exciting time for these young Panthers. And representing the Greenbrier Panthers this year in the Super Bowl is the third grade black team. And then both fourth grade teams will face off against each other, which is always fun.
Yeah.
And then fifth grade black will represent in the fifth grade Super Bowl as well as the sixth grade black team. So got good representation as we got a team in every grade, and that just shows you the promise and the future of the Panthers.
Man, Matt, it brings back some great memories. I know we both did our days in Pee Wee and coaching and helping out and things. But, yeah, you look at starting with Cooper's bunch, and that's really where I started focusing on the high school football. But from how successful they were in Pee Wee, and then you look at Lawson's bunch.
Yeah.
I mean, man, we just had some great years, and they kept together, and it transpired over into high school.
No doubt about it. And we'll check some scores here after we get halftime started, but we're about ready for play here as Harrison gets ready to kick the football away. Greenbrier will be moving from right to left to start this half as Harrison has it teed up and ready to go. And we are underway in the second half. Low kick will be fielded on a knee by the Panthers. Was that coming?
Yeah, hit him right in the chest.
Low line drive kick kind of caught him off guard, but he did handle it. And Greenbrier with decent field position as they'll mark the ball at about the 33-yard line.
You know, he had a great game last week, broke out. Tonight, Salter has led all. You don't know who it's going to be each week.
That's right. And, at any point they could get it to Lucas Thompson, which, he could take one to the house as well.
100.
So Greenbrier with good field position to start the second half. They will start with two receivers out to the right. Pistol formation for Hassan. Palmer turns, hands it off to Enoch on the right side, and he breaks it out to the outside and continues to fight for yardage, just not much there.
Matt, I think that is the hardest -2 yards I've ever seen. Jeez.
And Harrison continues to do a good job on the run defense as they just string it out.
They are stacking the box and pinning their ears back and blitzing on every play.
Looks like we do have another player down there on that offensive line unit. I can't get a number for you.
I didn't see the call, but I think it might have been a face mask when they were jerking him down there.
So big play for the Panthers as they get a face mask and move the ball out close to the 50-yard line. Two running backs this time for Greenbrier. Palmer hands it off to Hassan. cuts it back to the middle, and Harrison does a good job again as they stack him up for a gain of 1.
We hadn't seen much of that two-back set this year, and coaches talked a lot about it at the beginning of the year that we may see Caden, Cummings, and Enoch back there, but hadn't seen too much of it.
Right. 2nd down and 9 for the Panthers. This ball's on the 49-yard line. They'll bring a man in motion. Now they'll look to the sideline to get the play. That was Cummings that came in motion from right to left. Now he'll settle in at the slot position. Ball in the middle of the field. Palmer fakes the handoff to Hassan, lets it go deep to Thompson, and he goes up and unable to make the catch. And a good job defensively, but that's another one of them you got to come down with.
Yeah, hit him in the hands, Matt, and that was a great throw by Jack. But listen, they're stacking 9 in the box, and so you got to do a little bit of that to relieve some pressure there.
You know, one thing I have noticed tonight, Dustin, and I don't know if it's on purpose or if Enoch's just not got his bearings about him, but he's lining up a lot closer to Jack than he normally does. You know, he's usually 8 or 9 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you're right.
So 3rd down and 9 for the Panthers. They'll bring a man in motion. Now they'll send him back where he came from. Palmer hit as he throws, but he hits his man in stride, and a good pickup for the Panthers as he gets it over the 30 down to the 27-yard line for a big pickup and a 1st down.
Man, we're going to have to take what they're giving us, man. If they're going to stack the box, listen, let's spread it out here and push it downfield.
I will say we're going to have to do a little bit better job of giving Jack some time to throw it.
He got hit pretty hard there.
Barely got that one off. 1st and 10, ball on the 27. Trips left for the Panthers. Palmer gets it out on a little out route. That's Mosley. And unable to make the first guy miss, but a good pickup on 1st down.
Well, I thought if Lucas could have got just a shoulder on it.
Yeah.
Trina hits that sideline, and he walks in the end zone.
Pickup of 7. We'll call it 8. Bring up a 2nd down and 2 for the Panthers. And just like that, Greenbrier inside the red zone and threatening to score on this first drive of the second half. Trips right, ball on the left hash. Hassan on the right side. Got a running lane this time. He's at the 5. Touchdown, Panthers.
Matt, I looked up, and they had 5 in the box, maybe 6. I thought but it takes 2 passes to push them out.
Sure.
And that's all Enoch needs.
Yeah. So a great job by that offensive line opening up a hole when they had the numbers stacked in their favor, and Enoch did the rest. And so Greenbrier scores and puts it to a 41-14 lead. Ethan Rhodes has been perfect the last 2 weeks, and look for him to stay that way right here. Ace Newland calls for the ball. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is good. So 42-14 is your score. 9:49 left to play in the 3rd quarter. We're going to be back right after this with Greenbrier Panthers on My Country, Y107.
UAMS and Baptist Health have united to provide comprehensive cancer care. The new UAMS Baptist Health Cancer Clinic Little Rock is a powerful...
I'm Jeremy Riddle, proud to call Central Arkansas home. I've spent my life serving this community as a farmer, small business owner, on the Greenbrier School Board, and my church. I'm running for state representative because I know what it means to work hard, support your family, and give back to your hometown. I want to protect our values, strengthen our schools, and make life more affordable for hardworking Arkansas families. I'd be honored to have your vote in the Republican primary. Let's keep Arkansas strong. This ad is paid for by Jeremy Riddle for state representative.
To boot the ball away to Harrison. Greenbrier takes the opening drive of the second half and goes down the field and scores again. Rhodes lays into one. Good high end over end kick will be fielded. Now fumbled all the way out to the 10, and he'll just fall on it there. And a little mishap on the return for Harrison will give Greenbrier defense good starting field position.
Matt, he has done a great job of either putting it in the end zone or putting some height on it and allowing his team to get down there and do what they do.
Looks like we were trying to get a number there that last time. Lonnie Shaw had come in at right tackle for Dalton Strader that series. I'm not sure if Strader is battling some injury or just maybe needed a break there, but I did notice in warm-ups he was wearing a boot or almost like a soft cast on that left ankle or right ankle.
I think I remember his mom mentioning something last week about that.
So 1st and 10, ball is on the 14-yard line after the fumbled kickoff return. They will hand it out on a stretch play and a good hard run by the big running back for Harrison. Man, he's a load to bring down.
Yeah, when you got Ethan Smith coming up and taking him on, that's all you can ask.
That's big number 25, Isaiah Hale. He's 5'10". They got him listed at 200 pounds, and I bet he's every bit of that.
Well, Ethan Smith is he's gonna bring the hit.
And now they'll put McNutt back there, and he's bigger than that. He's 6'3", 215. And they blow up the mesh play, but the quarterback pulls it just in time. And they lay McNutt out, but unfortunately he didn't have the football.
Jones is, I'm telling you, he's good at that option, but I'm over here being a fan like, whoop. I get a little more professional up here in the booth with you, man.
It's all good. We love the passion. So 3rd down and 1 for the Goblins. Ball's in the middle of the field. We'll keep McNutt in the backfield. Take the snap, hand it to him up the middle, and the big running back does a good job of lowering his shoulder and just picking up that 1st down. Greenbrier did a good job of rallying to the football, but had a pretty good hold there and picks up the 1st down.
Yeah, he picked up about 5 or 6 on that. So
big Klosky there in the middle. Good to see him back out there.
Yeah, we've got to get him healthy going down the stretch here. He's a pivotal point in our defense for sure. And you think we talked about this earlier, losing what 2?
Yeah.
On the defensive line the first game.
Yeah, 2 defensive ends, one a senior and the other a great sophomore. We were looking forward to seeing. And Greenbrier brings another one down in the box as they'll get some pressure off the left side. Jones retreats and then will be taken down for a sack, or does he stay on his feet? I think they blew it dead. I think he did stay on his feet.
Well, he called it down. Ace Newland came through and tackled him, but good thing we don't have replay.
That's right. So a huge loss there as they'll take him back for a loss of about 11, looks like. A good job. I saw that we'd walked a linebacker down on that right side, and a good job of Coach Stone bringing some pressure right there. And Harrison just, outside of that one explosive pass play, has not thrown the ball very effectively tonight. They will line up in trips this time to the boundary. Jones will keep it on the left. Follows his lead blocker in a pretty good run for a pickup of 3 or 4 there. Will bring up a long 3rd down play.
He's a good, tough runner for a quarterback.
Yeah, he really is. I believe it was the Morton game I was watching. It was kind of a busted play. He'd fumbled the snap a little bit and just kind of took it himself with nothing there and turned it into about a 60-yard run. It was really impressive. 3rd down and 14 for the Goblins. Ball's on the 23-yard line. Chance for Greenbrier to get the ball back here and evoke the sportsmanship rule. Jones will take a straight drop. Steps up into the pocket. Now will be sacked by Ushery, and another great job of getting some pressure by this Panther defense.
They're getting in the backfield this second half starting out. That was Ushery getting back there. Man, that was big.
You know, when you can get pressure with a 3-man rush, it makes it really tough on that quarterback.
It makes it a little easier on our secondary.
So 4th down and forever, and they will punt the football away. Low, wobbly kick will land at about the 45 of Greenbrier and roll out of bounds. 45 of Harrison and roll out of bounds in Greenbrier territory as it rolls all the way to the 43. So Panthers with decent starting field position here, and Dustin with 5:55 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Don't look now, but another chance for a sportsmanship rule.
Well, bring it on. I tell you though, Matt, as slow as they're punting, we have not gone after one. Yeah. We have set up the block, and I don't know if it's because they've watched film and it's not a great punt or what, but it seems like we could go back there and do some damage.
Hassan in the backfield in pistol formation. Trips to the right for Palmer. Ball on the left hash, turns and hands it to Enoch on the right. cuts up one time. Now he's out in the open and stops on a dime, but they tackle him from behind, and a great pickup by Enoch as he picks up about 15. And
to be honest, I don't know that they didn't get another face mask there on the bottom of that again, but they're going to have to go back to stacking the box.
Same play, Enoch on the right side. Good blocking on that right side by the line, and he'll pick up 5 that time. So Greenbrier getting that offensive line moving a little bit and getting that run game established now.
Tell you, Enoch very rarely takes on a square hit.
Yeah.
I mean, he's so shifty. You're not going to get him squared up too often.
Now Hassan will line up to the right of Palmer, trips to the boundary. Jack steps him into the pocket. Now he'll roll to his right, gets it out on the sideline, and almost a circus catch as it was thrown behind Mosley. He tried to tip it to himself, but unable to haul it in.
Yeah, I think he was looking at Caden Cummings going down the right side there initially, and the pocket started closing on him, and him and Trendon made eye contact and almost made a nifty little play there.
3rd down and 5 for the Panthers. Ball on the right hash. They'll send 3 out to the left. Jack making a check. Now he'll look to the sideline. Son looks like he's lining up at normal depth now. I've noticed that on this drive. Now he'll move to the right of Palmer. Jack takes the handoff and will keep it himself on a little read option, and not much there. So he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. May have picked up 1. And hadn't seen that play much this year.
No. It's
so
can I be honest? I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah, we need him upright.
That's correct.
So 4th down and 4. Is this the first 4th down of the game for the Panthers?
This is our second. We had one on the first drive.
That's correct. So big play for the Panthers here. So try to pick up this 1st down. It looks like they're going to run this play clock down and take a timeout and discuss it as the play clock's down to 2-1, and that's what they'll do. So we'll take a timeout with them. 4:34 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Greenbrier leads 42-14. They got a 4th and 4 coming up when we come back right here on My Country, Y107.
I'm Jeremy Riddle, proud to call Central Arkansas home. I've spent my life serving this community as a farmer, small business owner, on the Greenbrier School Board, and my church. I'm running for state representative because I know what it means to work hard, support your family, and give back to your hometown. I want to protect our values, strengthen our schools, and make life more affordable for hardworking Arkansas families. I'd be honored to have your vote in the Republican primary. Let's keep Arkansas strong. This ad is paid for by Jeremy Riddle for state representative.
Here as we come out of the timeout. 4:34 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Greenbrier leads 42-14. Looking at some scores across the state, 5A. Some scores of note. Valley View and Nettleton 14-7, but they show that one in the 1st. As we get to the scores in a minute, as Greenbrier gets set up to run this play. Ball's on the right hash. He'll have 2 receivers out to his left and to his right. Now he'll run to the line of scrimmage to make a check. Hassan behind him in pistol. Now they'll move him in motion to the left. Palmer takes a drop. They bring pressure. He lets it go deep on a corner route, has his man, and unable to haul it in. Good throw by Jack, and just unable to haul it in was Trendon Mosley, and a good throw.
It was a good throw. He had to throw it off his back foot. I think if he could have stepped into it, it would give Trendon an opportunity to pull it in. But he was fixing to get lit up. He ended up about 25 yards back from where he was at. So I didn't see how that happened, but he was back there.
So one thing that not many teams have done this year is get Greenbrier to turn the ball over on downs. I don't know that I've seen us do that all season. Honestly, that I can think of it. Maybe once or twice, but not very often. So Greenbrier will turn it over on downs. Harrison will take over with the ball at the 35-yard line. Down 14-42. Now they'll run a man on late. And he'll line up in the slot position with trips to the left. Greenbrier makes an adjustment, brings some pressure. Jones steps up in the pocket, got a man all alone down the left sideline, and It'll be a foot race. Greenbrier does catch up to him and takes him down at about the 10, and that was about the funkiest looking situation I think I've seen. They run a man on right before they snap the football, and I think that's who they ended up throwing it to.
Well, it worked. I'm not so for sure, though, Ushery wasn't getting held back there in the backfield either, though.
Yeah. Greenbrier had to make an adjustment on the fly defensively to the coverage, and obviously just got a mix up there and let a man run free. So big play for the Harrison offense will get them down inside the 10 for a chance to score. Jones takes a snap, will keep it himself, and Greenbrier does a good job in pursuit and takes him down in the backfield for a big loss on first down.
Boy, both of our safeties was coming downhill quick. I think that was Ethan Rhodes there, and I looked, Ethan Smith was walking away from the pile too. So
first and goal for the Goblins results, and first down results in a loss of 2. We'll bring up a second and goal from the 12.
That was a good response from our defense after that big play.
Single receiver to each side for Jones. He'll hand it off this time on the left, and Greenbrier stacks him up and does a good job of gang tackling him. His forward motion will be stopped at about the 10. So they'll give him 2 yards on the play. So bring up third and goal from the 10. Definitely a 4-down territory here for Harrison, trailing this much in the ball game. It's 6 or bust, I'm betting, for Coach Keelan.
Well, we're playing better assignment football there, Matt.
Yeah.
We had the quarterback and the guy had the running back there. So
2:45 and counting in this third quarter. Harrison will bring 3 receivers out to the right. Ball's in the middle of the field. Jones calls for the snap, takes his drop, looks to the right, steps up into the pocket, lets it go, and overthrows his receiver. Tries to get his check down out here to Brumley, and he comes up a little awkwardly, but big play by the defense again, and we'll bring up a 4th and goal.
Matt, that quarterback shows some good discipline sitting in the pocket.
Yeah.
He don't get too frazzled with everything going around him.
Big play for the Panther defense if they can hold here, get a chance to get the football back after a busted coverage. Trips right for Gavin Jones. He'll take a drop, look that way. Greenbrier brings pressure. Now he'll run out to the right, lets it go to the back of the end zone, and overthrows everybody, and a big hold for this Greenbrier defense. Wow, what a job.
Man, that's the way to respond. You gave a big play up like that, a busted coverage, and then bowed your back up. That's great to see. Man, we've given up 2 of our biggest plays of the year tonight on our defense, or with our defense backfield.
I thought you couldn't run I didn't know that you could run an offensive player on like that late.
Man, I didn't think so either, but maybe it's out of a timeout.
Maybe so. Because it obviously affected our coverage. You could see us out there, rustling around trying to get our coverage changed. Palmer will come out with empty set with the ball on the 10. Now he'll bring us on in motion. He'll hand it to him on the right side. Enoch tries to get to the outside, but Harrison does a good job of stringing it to the sideline. He will pick up about 3 there.
That was the play they ran in the first quarter with Enoch on that touchdown.
They'll give him 4, so bring up a 2nd and 6 here for the Panthers. 2 minutes left to play in this third quarter. They'll send Mahan out to the left, wide to the numbers. Mosley in the slot position next to him. Now they'll send Hassan out with them. Palmer will look that way. Now get it to a little receiver screen on the right. And makes a move and a good run and pick up there. I couldn't tell who that was, but gets enough for the first down.
Let's see, either maybe Cummings coming off the, yeah, it was Cummings coming off the other side there.
Yeah. So good play call there as they get Hassan to come out left and throw the screen on the right. Palmer another little receiver screen, and Harrison does a good job that time of reading that one and blowing it up in the backfield. Not much blocking on that receiver screen.
Save my words there, Matt.
1:08 left to play in the third quarter. Greenbrier leading 42-14. will be facing a 2nd and 13 after a good job by Harrison of reading that receiver screen. 2 receivers to each side for Palmer. He'll take the snap, hand off to Hassan, cuts it to the right, and again, Harrison just strings it out and just not much there.
Man, I tell you, Matt, they have the best job I've seen all year on Enoch, and that's no easy tote.
No question. They've done a great job of stopping the run here tonight. No gain on the play will bring up a 3rd and 13 for the Panthers. And Harrison has made some good adjustments defensively at the locker room. Turned Greenbrier over on downs the last possession, and chance to get the ball back here and go 3 and out. Trips left. Now they'll send Hassan in motion to the right. Palmer takes his drop. Has some time this time. Now he'll roll out of the pocket to the right, lets it go, and has got his man down the right sideline. Makes a man miss. Now he's out over the 50 and stops and will be tackled there by a host of Goblins. But a big pickup and a good job of Jack extending that play.
He has used his feet well tonight, getting out of the pocket, extending that play, and Trenton coming back to him there.
Yeah. These 10 and winners, I couldn't tell if that ball got tipped. You know, that defensive back jumped up and swatted at the football, but I couldn't tell if he tipped it or if it made it over him or not. But resulted in a big play. 10 seconds to play in the quarter. Greenbrier hustling, try to get the play off. They'll run Thompson off last second, and I think they're just going to let this one die down. There's a lot of confusion going on out there right now, and that will be the case as Greenbrier will take the clock to 0 at the end of the 3rd. Greenbrier leads 42-14 over the Harrison Goblins. We'll be back with the 4th quarter right after this on My Country Y107.
I'm Jeremy Riddle, proud to call Central Arkansas home. I've spent my life serving this community as a farmer, small business owner, on the Greenbrier School Board, and my church. I'm running for state representative because I know what it means to work hard, support your family, and give back to your hometown. I want to protect our values, strengthen our schools, and make life more affordable for hardworking Arkansas families. I'd be honored to have your vote in the Republican primary. Let's keep Arkansas strong. This ad is paid for by Jeremy Riddle for state representative.
And welcome back here to Harrison into the booth as we get ready to start this 4th quarter. Looking at some scores across the state. You know, if Greenbrier continues to hold on to win this one, and then next week against the Judges Cup against Valonia, I think if they win here tonight, they're at least guaranteed a share of first place. And I think even with the tiebreaker, so I think no matter if they win here tonight, they're guaranteed the conference championship. But getting that 1 seed out of the West will play the 4 seed out of the East, which will right now will be Batesville. And then you'd be looking in the 2nd round of the South 3 or the Central 2. So Searcy is beating Maumelle right now. So it looks like Searcy would be the Central 2 if they hold on to win that ball game. So first down and 10 for the Panthers. Enoch Son on the right side, and another good job by this Harrison defense. And we got 2 flags on the play.
Yeah, look, I couldn't tell if that was Strader there on the end or Scudlark. Got him up around the shoulder pads.
We'll be holding against Greenbrier. We'll see if they want to enforce the penalty and they will take the yardage. So bring up another first down, except it'll be 1st and 20 this time for the Panthers.
Yeah, Matt, you get to that playoff, and, you know, everyone goes back to 0-0 there, but you feel pretty good about that first round. That second round
it's gonna be tough.
Ain't no joke.
That's exactly right. And right now, the South, it's kind of still up in the air. Parkview was leading Lakeside early, so if they end up beating Lakeside, that's going to put that conference up in the air for seeding purposes. Hassan up the middle, and again, Harrison just stacking that line up. And there's a lot of blue. I counted 8 that time in the middle of that line. And with 5 guys blocking 8, you're not going to have very much success.
No, and it makes you wonder, hey, are we just going to try to run the clock out here? But because they hadn't stopped our outside yet.
So 2nd down and 17 for the Panthers as Hassan picks up 3 on that first down play. They'll fake the handoff, get it out here to Mosley as he'll catch it on a little out route. Good pickup on second down. Close to the original line of scrimmage, but not quite. Third down and 12 for the Panthers. Kind of in no man's land here, Dustin. Probably got 2 downs, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think so. I wonder with that little out there with Trendon if they're not setting up something out and up or.
I'd love to see another shot to Mahan here. Ball's on the right hash, twins to both sides. Palmer looks right. Now we'll work back to the left. Got time, lets it go, and has his man and goes down to a knee. Mahan does to catch it. He does have enough for the first down.
What a great route.
Yeah, no doubt. A little comeback route, and a good job by Jack working his feet and getting out of the pocket, creating some more time, and stepped into that one. So pickup of about 12, right at 12, will give them enough for the first down. And the Panther offense stays alive and stays on the field. Trips left for Palmer. And now he'll look to the sideline as Greenbrier taking the air out of the ball a little bit here, working some of this play clock. And Greenbrier will get a little bit of an early start. Unfortunately, the ref saw it. So false start for the Panthers, and playing behind the chains a lot this drive. One thing we're not used to seeing.
No. The other thing is I don't think we've seen a defense as aggressive as Harrison's been tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, they have pinned them back and have flown downhill to us.
And they're walking their linebackers at least one up every play, sometimes 2 and 3. They're saying, we're going to stop 8 no matter what. You're going to have to beat us some other way. 1st and 15 for the Panthers. They'll hand it to Hassan on the left. He does have some room. Breaks out to the 20. Now it's a foot race. He's at the 10, 5. Touchdown, Panthers.
Well, Matt, that's the issue when you pin him back and go. Once he gets through the first level.
Yeah, not much there.
And they've done a great job of not letting him through the first level tonight. But that's what happens when you keep running.
Well, and we've talked about it with Enoch. You know, it just takes one. And you get one missed assignment, and it's over. And, you know, especially late in the ball game, your legs get tired, your brain gets tired, you're just mentally exhausted, and all it takes is one slip-up.
That's right.
So Panthers an extra point away from invoking the sportsmanship rule here tonight. High snap. Doolin gets it down, and the kick is good. So the clock will continue to run, and we are happy about that as Greenbrier will head back to Faulkner County with a record of 9-0. I believe it's only the third time that's happened in Greenbrier football history, to my knowledge. I know at least in modern era it has. I know it happened back in 2012 when Neil Burcham was the quarterback. It happened in 21, and then here again this
Matt,
year.
you're starting to build a culture when you've put 2 undefeated seasons together in 4 years.
Yeah, for sure.
I know we've talked about it a few times on air, just what the last 4 or 5 years have looked like, man.
Then you sandwich in that 6A stint in between those. So you know that's pretty impressive.
It is, man. You got to be proud to be a Panther, and proud of this coaching staff, what they've built here, and the culture they've got going.
So back to the playoff seeding a little bit. If we were to survive that second round matchup between the Central 2 and the South 3, we would play more than likely the winner of the East or the South 2, if I'm not mistaken.
The East 1, South 2?
Yeah. Which right now, Valley View was barely beating Nettleton for that top seed in the East. And then the South 2 it's still up in the air. If Parkview holds on to beat Lakeside, they're probably going to end up being the 2. I know Hot Springs still has a lot to say about that, as Hot Springs plays Lakeside next week. We'll look across some scores here.
Who's the 1 down in South right now? Is that Parkview?
Lakeside's the 1.
Oh.
They're undefeated in conference. But so is Hot Springs, and those 2 are playing next week. So kind of takes a little luster off that game. They have crawled back into it. It's 21-13, Parkview in the third quarter. Valley View beating Nettleton 21-14 as well. And let's see here. There was another pretty good game. Maumelle Cersei's leading Maumelle 26-20. So good job on the kickoff again for the Panthers, as Harrison will take over the ball at the 20-yard line. And a good job by the defense as he slung down like a bull wrestler in the backfield.
Was that Quattlebaum?
I think so.
He may look at a career after this in steer wrestling.
For sure. So a good play by the Panther defense. 9:07 and ticking, as some of the Harrison faithful have filed out of here on this chilly night.
Yeah, Matt, it was, I remember looking down at the car. It was 64 on the way up. Sun was shining nice, and at one point I looked over and it was 46 here.
I think I was telling you off air. I'll tell you after this play. 2nd down and long for the Goblins. They'll keep it on the ground, and good job by the Panthers as they swarm into the football. Pickup of 1. Me and Matt McJunkins, my old counterpart, back when we were doing our podcast between the Matts, so in the playoffs, we'd pick a playoff game and we'd go watch and kind of take the show on the road. And we come up here to watch Harrison play Little Rock Christian one year, and I think it was the coldest I've ever been watching a football game. It was so cold up here.
Them playoffs, it's just crazy. You're in August and you got people falling out from heat exhaustion.
So 3rd down and long for the Goblins, as this Greenbrier defense has pinned their ears back on this drive. Jones will take his drop, looks left, got a man on a little comeback route, and a good throw will result in a 1st down for the Goblins.
Well, Matt, I tell you, Quattlebaum has played really nice tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he got to the last one there when we were sitting there talking, but he's got quarterback assignment, grabbed the quarterback and the running back, and figured out who had it and brought him down.
1st and 10 for the Goblins. Looking ahead to next week, Greenbrier hosts Valonia for senior night, and I know Valonia has struggled a lot this year and just really down in numbers. Jones will take the snap. He'll drop, looks out to the left, tries to go deep on a corner route. Good coverage. His receiver falls down, and the ball falls incomplete. Excuse me, as Jolly there in coverage. But you never can. It's an old cliche on a rivalry. You can always throw out the records, and I know Coach Ashcraft will have his guys ready to play, and you just never can take those games for granted.
No. When that cross-county rivalry game, it's always fun. But you look at the basketball game we played over there last year. We should have won that to go to the state playoffs, and man, they just come in fired up, and it just happens.
Yeah. Jones will take his drop again, looks down the middle of the field. Now he'll give chase up over the right. Now he's at the 40, makes a little move at the 45, and will be tackled just across the 50 into Greenbrier territory, and a good run by Gavin Jones.
Yeah, for the most part tonight, we've contained him. Mm-hmm. He's had a couple, but that was probably his best run so far.
So big run will put the ball into Greenbrier territory with 6:01 left to play and counting. Greenbrier leads 49-14 in this one. Offense able to score 35 points tonight, with the defense helping with 2 touchdowns themselves to get to that 49 mark. Hand off on the left, makes a man miss in the backfield, and a good run there for Harrison.
I think Quattlebaum thought he was fixing to behead that guy back in the backfield, and I'm not so sure he didn't get a little block in the back, and he's asking the white hat for it. But it was a great cut by the running back to see that coming and get upfield.
And I'm sorry, I do not have a full roster for Harrison. They sent it to me, but I was unable to print it off on my work computer. We do not have access to Google Docs at the bank. So 5:09 left to play in this one, as Harrison has subbed in some different players. I wish I could get you those numbers. Quarterback will keep it on the right side, and a good run there as he'll pick up about 10 and get the ball inside the 35 for another 1st down.
Matt, there was no fake, nothing there. That was a full quarterback run.
Yeah. And I believe that's still Jones, right?
It is.
Yeah. one of our faithfuls pointing out that I do get cold when it's below 60, and he's very true. I'm a sis when it comes to cold weather. I'll be the first to admit. 4:20 left to play in this one. All Greenbrier as they lead 49-14. Trips left for Gavin Jones. Ball on the right hash. He'll take his drop, look left, lets it go deep down the middle of the field, and ball will fall harmlessly to the turf.
That was Ethan Rhodes getting flagged for holding the receiver. Matt, I've noticed a couple times tonight when the receiver gets to him, he goes flat-footed instead of continue to backpedal.
Sure.
And he just kept running past him and did all he could do was just grab him.
Sometimes that's better because it probably would have been 6 if not.
For sure.
Will be a hold against the defense. It will result in a first down for Harrison as they're working this ball down closer to the red zone. Ball will be placed at the 24 with 3:20 to play.
Yeah, that's the number one rule as a safety, though. You've got to be the deepest man on the field.
Single receiver to each side as they'll send a man from left to right in motion. Jones calls for the football. He'll take a drop. Looks down the middle and will get pressured. Finally gets rid of it and wisely throws that one away as he had all kinds of pressure on him.
It looks like we brought Ethan Smith on a safety blitz there. Stone's done a nice job of mixing up our defense and our blitzing, where we blitz from this season.
He really has, and just can't really compliment him and that defensive staff enough on putting this defensive together. Guys with a bunch of no experience, a bunch of guys playing positions that they've never played before, and man, they've answered the bell. A handoff this time for Harrison. Be a short pickup as he'll get out over the 25 down to the 22.
Quattlebaum struggled a little bit the first half reading that option play, but man, he's figured it out this second half.
So with 2 minutes left to play in this ball game, Harrison facing a 3rd down and 8, and nothing but pride left in this one. Greenbrier trying to keep Harrison out of the end zone again. Jones will roll to his left, lets it go on a little out route and has his receiver, and touchdown Harrison.
Hey, Matt, you mentioned pride, and that right there, Coach Stone, it wears him out more than anything in the world is not finishing out a game right there.
For sure. So with 1:40 left to play, Harrison scores to cut the lead from 40 to 49 to 20, and then that's extra point pending. And by the time they get the kickoff away, there won't be much left in this one. Snap is down, the kick is up, and off the upright is no good. So the score is 49 to 20, and we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, more Greenbrier Panther football right here on My Country, Y107.
I'm Jeremy Riddle, proud to call Central Arkansas home. I've spent my life serving this community as a farmer, small business owner, on the Greenbrier School Board, and my church. I'm running for state representative because I know what it means to work hard, support your family, and give back to your hometown. I want to protect our values, strengthen our schools, and make life more affordable for hardworking Arkansas families. I'd be honored to have your vote in the Republican primary. Let's keep Arkansas strong. This ad is paid for by Jeremy Riddle for state representative.
I grew up loving Mario and Luigi playing the games on my Wii, so I tagged him along with me.
Billie Eilish has very relatable music, I think.
I was joking around with my friends, and then I pulled up a picture of Joe Exotic, and I was like, it would be hilarious if I dressed up as him. So I went to Spirit Halloween, and they had a mullet and mustache, so I did Joe Exotic.
Little pooch kick will land at about the 20-yard line, and Greenbrier will take a knee at about the 10, and that's going to do it here for this ball game.
Matt, you look at our season stats. We average 50 points a game,
yeah,
and we average giving up 22.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That can't get much closer than that. As this one is in the books as the Buzzer finally rings, and it's 49-20 is the final score here in Harrison. We're going to take a quick break, get some of our sponsors. When we come back, we'll give you our Integrity Insurance Players of the Game. We'll give you some stats and talk a little bit about next week and what we can look forward to and what the Panthers can try to do to finish this season off undefeated for only the third time in Greenbrier football history. So we'll be right back after this on My Country Y107.
I'm Jeremy Riddle, proud to call Central Arkansas home. I've spent my life serving this community as a farmer, small business owner, on the Greenbrier School Board, and my church. I'm running for state representative because I know what it means to work hard, support your family, and give back to your hometown. I want to protect our values, strengthen our schools, and make life more affordable for hardworking Arkansas families. I'd be honored to have your vote in the Republican primary. Let's keep Arkansas strong. This ad is paid for by Jeremy Riddle for state representative. I'm Jeremy Riddle, proud to call Central Arkansas home. I've spent my life serving this community as a farmer, small business owner, on the Greenbrier School Board, and my church. I'm running for state representative because I know what it means to work hard, support your family, and give back to your hometown. I want to protect our values, strengthen our schools, and make life more affordable for hardworking Arkansas families. I'd be honored to have your vote in the Republican primary. Let's keep Arkansas strong. This ad is paid for by Jeremy Riddle for state representative.
Students are here today to discuss with many different colleges and businesses to discover their future career after high school.
Different colleges are set up so you can go and ask questions and learn more about their campus.
I want to know what I'm doing for college. I want to know what colleges are like and what they're looking for so I can get into it.
Many students show up annually to learn and meet many different colleges in and out of state. Some of our students have already talked to other colleges and found some interest.
I wanted to find a school that I could wrestle at. University of Little Rock, Arkansas, they have a really good wrestling team, and it seems doable to get like a full ride or some good scholarships. So I think that's what I'm going for.
A-State has because they have a really good band and a really good education program.
This fair gives students a look at how colleges can benefit you.
Just by lifting up the kids that want to go to your college or go into the field that you're working in, because if you just kind of don't lift them up, then they're not going to want to go.
This gives out opportunities for those still searching for a path after graduation. Reporting for GHTV, I'm Hayden Songer.
Did you know the production you're watching is being run and managed completely by Greenbrier High School media production students?
Students in the GHTV program are responsible for running live streams of different school events.
Stand by camera one. Things like athletics, school signing days, and many other campus events.
We also work on other productions throughout the year. We make news packages and feature videos telling the stories of our school.
Don't forget about our short films and the weekly news for the high school.
The GHTV program has 2 different YouTube channels. The channel you're on now is where you will find all of our live streams.
And on the GHTV Productions channel, you will find student projects like news packages and short films.
Make sure to subscribe to both channels so you stay updated on all of our content.
Thank you.
another big win for the Panthers as they moved to 9-0 on the season. And Dustin, just more of the same here from this Panther football team.
Yeah, they come in and took care of business. Defensively, other than that last touchdown, we let one touchdown all game.
Yeah.
And the little interception there. But they played well. I was really impressed with, for the most part, how our secondary responded. And our front seven has been really solid all year.
Yeah, they really have. And the offense, a little sluggish tonight, and that's hats off to Harrison defense. I thought they had a really good game plan of stopping the run and really sold out to do so. But when you do that against this offense, it opens up that secondary. And, with the weapons we have and the way Jack's thrown the football this year, you can't stop it all at one time. And so you pick your poison, and they did, and I thought they did a good job. They really shut down Enoch and made it hard for him to run the football. But Jack had a good night through the air, and we saw that with some big plays and explosive plays passing the game.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, pick your poison on that one. But I don't blame them.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm looking at playing Greenbrier, I'm going to sell out to the run too,
Sure.
and then hopefully I can make a few plays in the secondary. Just unfortunately they didn't, and Greenbrier took it down the field several times on them.
Yeah. So another sportsmanship rule here for the Panthers is that's 3 in a row, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, in the 4th or 5th on the season. I'd have to go back and count. So they're each inching up on that mark that the 21 Panthers left. I think it was 7 or 8 in that season. So, but anyway, another big win for the Panthers. So Dustin, let's go over our integrity. No, actually, let's hit our stats first, and then we'll do our integrity insurance players of the game.
Well, Matt, when you look at stats tonight, it wasn't quite the performance we've seen over the last several weeks, but we had 16 first downs. Harrison had 20. And you think about when I come across some of these stats here, we played on a short field several times,
Yes,
so that played into it as well. But they held us under 100 yards rushing. We had 94 yards. Jack had a nice night, 14 of 20 for 240 yards, a couple of touchdowns there. Overall, we had 349 yards on 41 plays. Harrison, 54 plays, 330 yards.
Yeah.
So they didn't go crazy on the yardage, but they did a good job of holding us back. When you look at individual stats, and the fireworks are going crazy here to send us back home. But just mentioned Jack Palmer, 14 for 20 for 255 yards. Salter Mahan, 7 catches for 134 yards. Yeah. We talked about Caden last week, just with a great game. You don't know who's going to show up.
That's right.
Trenton had some big catches, six catches for 77 yards. And then Enoch, 17 rushes for 107 yards and a couple touchdowns for him.
Yeah, so it's even with the tough night and the hard running, he still gets over 100 yards. And, I mean, that's almost 5 yards a carry, or maybe a little over 5 yards a carry.
Yep.
So still a good night regardless, just not quite to Enoch standards. We're not used to that. And so still a good night by all accounts for him, and another big win for the Panthers. And so for our integrity insurance players of the game, another big shout out to those guys for their generosity and sponsoring these players each week and recognizing them with a nice plaque. And so who are we going with? We'll start with special teams this week.
Well, special teams, we're not going with Ethan Rhodes tonight. I mean, he's won like 7 of them.
Right.
But Jude Watkins on kickoff return did a nice job tonight. I think he had 3 tackles on kickoffs on the ones that didn't get in the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
So that team has done a nice job tonight, and Watkins led that all.
All right, defensively, our integrity insurance player of the game defensively.
I think we got to go with Big Quattlebaum.
Yeah.
He had a great game. He was really close to figuring out that option in the first half, and then the second half put the torques on him, and they couldn't come to his side all night.
I agree. And then offensively this week, our integrity insurance player of the game for offense is
Salter Mahan.
Yeah.
He had a big night, 7 catches. I think it was 2 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. And you look at the touchdowns, and those were big, but those little 12-yard curl routes saved our bacon a few times. Yeah. So, man, he played well tonight for a senior.
And you don't want to get out of here without mentioning the 2 plays defensively that were just amazing. The strip and score there by Ethan Rhodes, and then the 99-yard interception return by Tyree Kemp. And, we could have given it to either one of those guys. But Quattlebaum's played well all season and really showed out tonight, so we wanted to recognize him.
Absolutely. He has really came into that senior leadership role on the team, and he's been fun to watch this year.
No doubt about it. Well, we're fixing to wrap up, pack up, and head back to Faulkner County and get ready for a great night at the for the Judges Cup next week in Greenbrier. Hopefully this is, even though I really like these white unis, I hope this is the last time we get to see them this year as we're at home the rest of the way.
Well, do we? How does that work once we get into that third round? Is we have home throughout?
I'll have to ask Steve, but I think if we have to face the other 1 seed, since they're on the top of the bracket, we'll have to go to them.
I always thought the top carried home field. So,
but hopefully they'll get beat, and then we'll get to come back to Greenbrier.
That's right. That's right.
All right, for Dustin Worthy, this is Matt Wilcox bringing you the Greenbrier Panthers. We appreciate you joining in with us tonight. We're going to head back to Faulkner County, and we'll check you next week. This is Matt Wilcox, Dustin Worthy, bringing you the Panthers on My Country Y107.
For over 40 years, the Johnson family at Greenbrier Ready Mix has quietly laid the foundation for Central Arkansas. From house foundations to highways,